What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and today we're continuing the hype train, if you will, on Madden 19. Just doing some previews, trying to get you guys ready, because really, ever since Rex left, the creative director for Madden, ahead of the Madden 19 release, this is the only thing keeping me sane from just outright saying this game's going to be absolutely terrible, they're going to ignore franchise mode. So just trying to think about the positives. And one of the most positive things you can do that they can't really mess up is playing with your rookies. Now, we've already seen my first round rookie ratings, you've seen my roster releases, and they're still working on their way. But today, we're going to take a gamble and guess what are going to be the top 10 rookies that are going to be considered the most overpowered, the players that you just do not want to see any way, shape, or form. And I've come down with 10 of them. And you're going to see some Madden, my projected stats. You're going to see some highlights. You're going to see what they did at the Combine, because a lot of these guys were Combine warriors. So we're starting here first at number 10 with my Philadelphia Eagles. And who they selected in the second round, Dallas Goedert, the tight end from South Dakota State, wearing number 88, taking over for Trey Burton. Actually, what we're going to do here is now where I'm going to fill in some little video graphics of showing you why Dallas Goedert was the absolute man at North Dakota State. His one-handed catches were absolutely absurd. One thing is for certain is that you can't teach that. You catch like that, you have hands like that, you have playmaking ability like that, you're going to make plays in the next level. I would not worry or stress about him, the transition being too big. That's what they said about Carson Wentz, and he was your unofficial MVP last season. So, looking at Dallas Goedert's stats, I think that because he was taken in the second round, was regarded on many people's boards between the first and second best tight end, depending on where you rated Mike Gesicki and where you rated Hayden Hurst. He probably will get an overall between a 75 and a 77. Now, key stats we're looking at, we don't have a combine, at least from a speed standpoint, to really grade him on. I have my own personal scale. It doesn't really match up. We have the strength. He put up 21 reps on the bench press, which is the most for the tight ends that attended the combine. But what you need to know is he's absolutely going to have 85 plus catching because his hands are absurd. He is going to have decent jumping because his jump ball is really nice. And 100%, the catch of traffic is going to be plus 80, and the spec catch might be in the 90s. I lowballed it here with an 89, but as you can see with the videos we showed you, he has the most insane catch radius I've seen from a tight end in quite some time. He legitimately looks like Odell Beckham Jr. at tight end in terms of hands. So Philadelphia, very excited. Guys, to make sure you get some playbooks that have a lot of two tight end sets and go to town with Dallas Goedert. Coming in at number 9 is going to be Lorenzo Carter, linebacker from the Giants, a mid-round pick. I think it was a nice pick, good selection, high upside from Georgia. When you look at his combine, we're going to pop the combine up right now while we're hyping him up. The fact that this man, at 6'6", I don't know what he is, 230, 245, somewhere in that range, was able to put up that kind of numbers, running like sub in the 4.5s, and the upside's immense. You saw some flashes while he played at Georgia. Not a complete product, still a chance he might bust, but I absolutely love this gamble, especially with the Giants switching from a 4-3 to a 3-4. He is your prototypical outside linebacker, and he really is built in the mold of Leonard Floyd, who was taken in the first round by the Chicago Bears, and he looks like he's starting to catch on. So here's a quick guess at his stats. He's going to have, I would say plus 85 speed, decent strength, good agility. Awareness, stuff like that might not be particularly high, but the tackling will be nice. Pursuit will be probably his highest trait out of all of the main pass rushing traits. But ultimately, if you are a user linebacker and you are playing with the Giants, or you're just playing in the general 3-4 scheme, I think a guy like Lorenzo Carter with his athletic ability, perfect fit. At number 8, it is going to be wide receiver DJ Chark for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Gotta have to step up, replace what they lost in Allen Robinson, kind of what they lost in Allen Hurns, and he's just going to be incredibly overpowered. You guys see some highlights here from the Senior Bowl. Now, he dominated the Combine, ran a 4.3, 4.40, 6'3", and that was on top of what he already did at the Senior Bowl. He was the most dynamic playmaker at the Senior Bowl, and the fact that, when you bring it back here, DJ Chark is going to be your height, weight, speed, Martavis Bryant potential type wide receiver. I think that you're going to see a guy here, 6'3", probably going to start, I would say, 94, 95 speed, definitely 93 plus. Now, you need to you need to understand that they give Tyreek Hill 97 speed, and if anyone's deserving of a 99, it's Tyreek Hill. And I feel like for franchise guys, the only reason why they give him 97 is so that you want the 99 speed. Well, of course, go hot up on to Madden Ultimate Team and grab that nice 106 speed Tyreek Hill. But I think Chark is going to get, at least, I'd say between 93 and 95 in the major speed categories. Catching and stuff like that, he still is a project-type player. But as far as an athlete is concerned, he's just going to be your guy. Throw it up there, run verts, he's going to get open. who said this list was going to be biased. At number 7, we have Mike Gesicki, the tight end from the Miami Dolphins. I will flap up here his little combine performance because that is where he really jumped off the charts. His pro comp was originally like a less athletic, maybe a ceiling of a Zach Ertz, which is, Zach Ertz, third best tight end in the league behind Kelsey and Gronk. But the way that he went off at the NFL Scouting Combine really just turned a lot of heads. The fact that he tested top percentile in a lot of categories, plus being very, very talented. I think he'll probably get a rating somewhere between kind of like Dallas Goedert, 75, 77, in that range of the top group of tight ends. And looking here back at what we gave him for Madden grades, I think you're going to find probably 85 speed. Really, really quick. The fact that he got in those 4.5s, that's pretty much golden territory for a generous speed rating for your tight ends. The jumping is 94. He's going to be a jump ball specialist. We have to wait and see what the gameplay is going to be like, but the jump ball is really, really overpowered. Everyone knows. 4 verts, throw it to the A tight end, watch him cheese ya. That could very well be Gesicki. Moving on to number 6 on our list is going to be Marcus Davenport, the defensive end from the Saints. The Saints traded 2 first-round picks to go up and select the project edge rusher. And I think with how he tested well in the combine and the fact that they invested that much where he was picked in the draft, this is now looking towards an overpowered standpoint in franchise mode. I think he could low-key get that John Allen mid-round superstar dev trait. I think he'll get it quick. I'd be very surprised if he gets an offer. On that standpoint, he is going to be very good. But as you would have seen from his combine numbers, tested top percentile and really did show why he should have been a first-round pick. I still can't justify them really giving him, 2 first-round picks to move up. That's what you do for a quarterback. But his athletic traits are all going to be very, very decent. I can see probably between 83 and 86 acceleration, which is just enough. Good off the edge. Good amount of strength. Only problem with him is his pursuit. That's usually what you get with athletic edge rushers. His pass rush moves in real life are somewhat limited. That's definitely a trait and aspect of his game that he's going to develop. But again, I think I'm more so putting him on this list because he is athletic edge rusher. Nice for a user. But long term, I think he's going to have that dev trait in connected franchise mode. That's going to make him very, very open. Here we are looking at number 5 on the list, and he's going to be Nick Chubb, the running back from the Cleveland Browns. Now, everyone knows Nick Chubb, pre-injury. See the highlights here, the highlights of him in college at Georgia. Was probably one of the most hyped running backs in football. And at if he wasn't hurt, didn't have the injury history, he would have absolutely been a first-round caliber running back. Probably consensus number 2 behind Saquon Barkley. But, it's ultimately a nice pickup here from the Browns who are trying to get a nice little running back tandem. But what's going to make him overpowered is that when you really look at it, he was just slightly behind Saquon Barkley in the 40, had better bench press. From an athletic standpoint, the fact that he is coming out that injury, he was not that far behind Saquon Barkley, who's pretty much regarded as one of the best running back prospects of all time. And then what when you get Nick Chubb is you definitely get a proven power back. So I think with Nick Chubb, you're going to get a guy that's 220, 230. So great power back size. Well into, I think, high 80s, low 90s in speed and acceleration. High strength, good carrying. But the trucking and all these other stats are going to be pretty well balanced. Ball carrier vision, stiff arm, the 4 main categories here. So I can see him being maybe the second coming of a Michael Turner. And some of us OGs, some of us old heads, they played Madden when Michael Turner was the running back for the Atlanta Falcons. He was, in my opinion, the most underrated, overpowered running back of all time. I'm just getting a little bit of a tingling in my sensations here, my Madden sensations, that we might be seeing the revival of an OP Michael Turner type running back. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the player that most people would not expect to be on this list, and that is Marquez Valdes-Scantling, the wide receiver from South Florida who got drafted in the 5th round to the Green Bay Packers. Now we'll show him his combine here, and okay, when you're almost 6'5", 205, 210, and you are out there at the scouting combine and you put up a 4.37, you are this year's award of the Martavis Bryant Hit B. Chuck it up there. Let him go get it in Madden Award. So this is what you're going to get with Aaron Rodgers. You already know Aaron Rodgers is one of the best deep balls. You're going to have this guy probably might be lucky to get a 70. I would say between 67 and 71 is where you're going to find him. And with these kind of stats, bringing it back here to the stats, you're going to see he's going to get 93 speed, 93 acceleration, probably sub 80 catching. Not the best jumping. I think he had like a 30-some inch vert. But you're going to get the good spec. You're going to get the high catch in traffic. He's going to be the OP guy that there is a good legitimate shot that he's going to get released. He's going to be in the free agency pool, which is also going to add. That's why he's up a little bit higher, because he's going to be one of these guys that's going to be easy target. You're not going to be able to get Mike Gesicki, Chark, Goddard, Davenport, but a guy like Valdes-Scantling could be the guy that constantly gets released early in your franchise modes. There you go. That's a key That's a major key, bringing up and quoting DJ Khaled, for an OP rookie, is what is his availability, what is the Madden's AI's likelihood that they're going to make a terrible error and he's going to end up on a practice squad or free agency so you can sign him up in your franchises. And that is MVS to a T. Coming in at number 3, the top 3 are going to be most your usual suspects, is going to be Shaquem Griffin, the linebacker from UCF. Not as high for me because I'm not a guy that likes to use a linebacker, but if you do, he's going to be very, very nice. He's essentially a safety playing at the linebacker spot here. We're going to pop up his combine where he essentially he set records. The fastest 40-yard dash ever recorded at the combine for a linebacker with like 4.38. Put up a very respectable 20 reps on the bench press, 117-inch broad jump. All these things were very nice, and that's enough to get selected in the 5th round by the Seattle Seahawks to reunite with his brother. Now, the weird thing that's going to be interesting about him is are they going to make him actually, missing his arm? I think they will, because there's going to be a lot of popularity with him in Madden Ultimate Team, and I think that, that they're prepared for that, because if he doesn't have a custom player model, it's going to look really, really lame, but you never know. Madden's Madden. But here, looking at his stats, this is why he's going to be absolutely overpowered. He's going to have decent strength. He's going to be, your coverage linebacker to a T. 90 plus speed. I think he'll get 91 acceleration, 90 speed, 80 tackle. Man, his stats were good. It's one of those things that makes you frustrated when so many people are like, oh, he's a charity case. Like, his numbers that he put up in Central Florida stand up with anyone that got drafted. Like, his numbers are like right up there with Bradley Chubb in terms of tackles for loss and stuff like that. So, obviously different type of players, but he's got an incredibly high pursuit. He's going to have good coverage ability, decent hit power. Again, the only issue with him will be the power move and finesse move, getting off his blocks, where he's going to struggle in real life. But I think ultimately I'm pulling for Shaquem Griffin. He's going to be a very fun player to use. And think about Madden AI. Chance that he gets thrown on a practice squad and you might be able to sign him away. Moving on to number 2, Saquon Barkley, running back for the Giants. Best running back I think I've ever scouted. I think for Madden, he's going to get an 84. 83, 84, I think they'd be kind of hypercritical for them to not get an 84. We'll throw up his highlights here. Simply outstanding at Penn State, at times dealing with a very piss-poor offensive line, to be as generous as we possibly can. But the fact that you get a guy that can do it all. Has agility, has power, has speed, return man, can catch. He's pretty much the perfect type of running back. So trying to take a guess here at his Madden stats, again, it just falls more so on where they gave previous rookie ratings based off their combine stats. So I think 86 speed, 91 agility, 92 speed, or 86 strength, 94 acceleration, 88 carrying, 95 jumping. I mean, everything about him, man. He's the perfect specimen of a running back. I can't see any of his main running back attributes being below an 80. And superstar dev trait, very much going to lock in that superstar dev trait. As much as I don't think I ever would want to play as the Giants, having a guy like Saquon Barkley, they're going to be a fun team to play with in a rebuild next season. And finishing up here, it was always probably going to be this guy before you even clicked on the video. Lamar Jackson, the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, selected the bottom end of the first round. Here's the highlight. Roll the highlight, C4. He's the most electrifying player coming from college. Because he didn't run at the combine from an athletic standpoint, you kind of have to eyeball it. There was a tweet that came out that said that he ran a 4.34 and he had a bum foot. So, I mean, I guess that's a good base point, a good reference point to start out where his speed is going to be. So, bringing it back to him as an actual player, I've been giving him 90 speed, 92 acceleration, 87 agility. I was going to troll him and give him some catching in case, you wanted to be that guy and moving to wide receiver. But the throw power is always there. He's a cannon of an arm, great at open space. Struggles with the medium and deep, the high throw on the run. There's no way in hell he is not going to be the most overplayed, the most overpowered, overused, everything you want to say. If you play online solos, people are going to be using the Ravens like crazy. If you're a Ravens fan, you guys see a lot of Ravens content on YouTube because everyone's going to be wanting to play with Lamar Jackson. So it's a good year from that standpoint. But I can't see any other way that we have to be prepared for a potential 2004 Michael Vick in the coming seasons of Madden. And it all starts in Madden 19 with the rookie Lamar Jackson. So there you go, guys. That is my predictions for the top 10 overpowered rookies that we're going to see here in Madden 19. If there's anyone I left off this list that you think is going to be very, very good, let me know in the comment section below. If you agree or disagree with some of the ratings, or maybe you say, oh, this guy's not going to be overpowered, trust me, you can also disagree and let me know. As always, if it's your first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. And until next time, it's C4 saying peace out.